Hello students, welcome to EasyElimu Learning Simplified. My name is Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So dear students, this is a continuation of analysis of Parliament of Alls. So we are doing analysis on that is the thematic concerns or the issues that are raised in this play by Adipo Sidang. So this is our fifth if I'm not wrong, this is our fifth thematic concern, and it is the theme of monarchy. It is the theme of monarchy. So, what can we get that is talking about monarchy? What are we able to get from the play? So, before we narrow down to the nitty gritties, that is looking at some of the examples that we have in the play, dear students. Let me just remind you that the world has for long been controlled by monarchies for centuries. So, good examples include the kingship in Britain and the emperorship in Japan. In Africa, dear students, there are a number of good examples, especially in the South. So these monarchies rely on the mystery of lineage through which power is acquired and descends from person to person for their acceptance by the populace. So it is the feeling that the queen is a godly figure that partly gives the queen her powers and silences the questions of criticisms of the masses. So while family monarchies may be historical, dear students, modern societies have created different types of monarchies where leadership may not change hands so clearly but subtly according to the playwright. So the effect is the same. In Kenya, for example, and around Africa, it is this new type of monarchism uh, called dynasties in some quarters that controls politics and sees sons or close relatives appointed to take over from fathers and uncles. In fact, the rallying call of the opposition in the 2022 politics in Kenya, these are an example. It is not what we have in the play, has been the stopping of these dynasties. So, of course, there is the issue of how clean the replacement is, because in many cases, what we seek to replace uh, uh, the dynasty with may be far worse. So, looking at Parliament of all dear students, and again relating it to some of the things that I've mentioned, the royal owl acquires his power this way, that is through inheritance or monarchy, and to enrich it creates mystery around the kingship. So let me just mention it. Let me not mention it. I wanted to talk about, the Kenyatta's, that is President, our former president, and having inherited or having been in that position because the father was once there. But it is not right to talk about that. But it is good to learn with examples. Remember, this is literature, so it is good to learn with examples. I mean no harm. Now, so there is no direct election. When we now look at the Parliament of Alls, that is Parliament of Alls, there is no direct election and to entrench uh, his power. So Royal All not only uses this mystery, but also controls the government with an iron hand, or we can call it iron fist, through other alls in general and moneybags in particular. So Royal Owl is elevated to the position of a god, so that there are things which are, unpermitted. So Talking in a certain way about the king, for example, is considered treason. That is looking at uh, that is how moneybags, issues threats to those who are not loyalists. So the royal quarters are separated from the rest of the kingdom and kept quite well in order to emphasize the mystery of the owls and to make it easier for the daybirds to accept their rule without question. However, this deludes the owls to the point of being impractical. So, in Parliament of Owls, dear students, the owls become harsh and irrational in an attempt to hold on to power. So, this in fact leads to sterner measures such as arrests and murders, which ironically leads to more rebellion. So it is the harassment of Oyundi, the Weaver massacre, and the death of Arum Tidi that hastens the downfall of the owls. So Oyundi and company are determined, that is to take over from the owls because of some of the bad things that they've been witnessing, and justice cannot be given or rendered. So the appointments, talking about monarchy, dear students, the appointments at the end of the play, with a new queen and a chief whip appointed by the deposed king, not to mention the new names being sought at the end, may also suggest that little changes, even with the seeming political changeover. So this simply means that sometimes we can elect someone new, someone whose lineage has never been into power, but they turn out to be maybe the worst. So the institution that the rebels had sought to outlaw are maintained, meaning that little change is achieved even after liberation. So the new game uh, suggests the same mystery with which the deposed king ruled. So it is interesting that it is the other daybirds which compete to give a title to Oyundi and press her to do what? To accept one. So remember, the daybirds wanted to be ruled in a fair state. They wanted fairness. But uh, just a few moments after, Oyundi becomes now the queen that is the queen of the land. It is the same uh, birds, that is the same birds of the day, or the same day birds that now compete in which name the queen should pick. So in the same way, dear students, moneybags and the other sycophantic owls are responsible for maintaining a mystery around royal owl. So this shows that those who surround leaders are responsible for maintaining an aura of mystery around them. So this illusionary aura works to the advantage of those who create it, not to the leaders themselves. So the playwright is therefore critical of those who surround leaders for creating and maintaining such profiles, and the public um, in general for condoning it. So, with the dethroning of the monarchy at the end of the play, that is at the end of Parliament of Owls, the playwright suggests that such monarchies are not useful to modern democracies in any way, and they should be done away with. So yeah, it is true. Some of those monarchies are indeed not useful to modern democracies. So in any case, such monarchies stand in the way of democracy, they should be done away with and kicked very far. So, dear students, that marks the end of this episode. Thanks for watching till the end. Keep it easy, Lemu. Until next time, bye.